All right, Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. Let's take a look at. Oh, wow. Holy crap. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure. The president of the United States is posting this online. That's a choice. Putting the blatant racism aside, this is just an insane thing for the president of the United States to be posting. Also, I'm not entirely confident that this would happen if we got rid of the Second Amendment. Like, I can think of a handful of countries that don't have a Second Amendment or large gun ownership at all, and this isn't happening there. Yeah. Wow. Donald Trump went on a truth tirade this morning, posting and reposting insanely racist and baseless and just cringy memes straight out of 2011. Days like this really showcase just how decrepit and old Donald Trump really is, and it shows just how his mental health is taking a serious decline over the past few years. Because some of this stuff is really out there and not something that anyone with a competent mental space would either believe or repost online for thousands, if not millions, of people to see. So be sure to watch to the end of this video to see some of the most insane posts from Trump and reactions online. So here's another one he posted this morning. More than 7,200 truck drivers removed from US highways after failing English test. What is even the point of this one? Like, maybe I'm just not in the headspace of someone like Donald Trump, but I'm not entirely sure what he's even getting at here. It just seems to me like Trump saw a picture of two not white dudes, got scared, and just had to repost it to his followers so that they could get scared too. But what entirely is the purpose of this? Are these two dudes even truck drivers? I don't know. This is all that he posted, just this picture that says the feds say this. In the reality where this is true, which I doubt, who genuinely cares? You don't have to speak English to live in the United States of America. That's kind of the whole point of this country, right? And also, I thought we were supposed to love our truck drivers. I thought that truck drivers were the backbone of the American economy and make this country run the way it does. But maybe we only like truck drivers when they're white and when they vote the way you want them to vote, and not if they are a different race than you, or speak a different language, or even vote for a different party. Then they're not good truck drivers. Then they're not the people that we are supposed to support, which, okay. Here's another one posted this morning. Racism in America was almost dead because we were united in ridiculing racists and their beliefs. Then these two showed up and set America back 100 years. Okay, great. So we are talking about the Obamas in 2025. Donald Trump, do you know what year it is? We're seriously talking about Barack and Michelle Obama? Donald Trump has this weird fascination with Obama. Like, it's getting a little creepy, dude. And speaking in the context of the post, I don't think there's ever been a period in American history where racism has been almost dead. Certainly not back in 1989 when Donald Trump called for the death penalty against the Central Park Five in a very public and racially motivated ad campaign in newspapers around the city, or back in 1991 when Trump said laziness was an inherent trait amongst black people, or back in 2015 when Trump called for a complete Muslim ban, or even in 2025 when Donald Trump blamed DEI for a plane crash that happened in Washington, D.C. How about even just today when Donald Trump said this about Ilhan Omar?
And I look at somebody that comes from Somalia where they don't have anything. They don't have police, they don't have military, they don't have anything. All they have is crime. And she comes in and tells us how to run our country. The Constitution says this, the Constitution. The whole thing is crazy. I feel...
When in history is Trump talking about here? And genuinely, how did Barack and Michelle Obama set us back 100 years? Perhaps Trump is referring to all of the racist bigots, including himself, that got so frustrated at the idea of a black man becoming president that they became insanely racist and even peddled conspiracy theories about the birthplace of Barack Obama being not born in the United States. At least they learned their lesson and that they aren't posting stuff like this anymore. Just kidding. Just today, Donald Trump posted this in his racist tirade. Yep, birther conspiracy in the year 2025. Seriously, Trump's brain must be stuck in 2008 or something, because how many years has Trump been peddling this insane and baseless nonsense? What a disgusting racist freak. It's insane that we even have to discuss this matter, but Barack Obama is an American citizen. He was born in the United States of America, and he won 2 landslide elections to become president for 8 years. But he just happens to be a black man, so Donald Trump's mush brain cannot comprehend that idea, and he just hasn't recovered from an election that happened 17 years ago. Trump's brain is so dementia-ridden, he just can't stop attacking Obama even after it's been 10 years since Obama left office. And by the way, Barack Obama is more of a Christian than Donald Trump has been or ever will be in his entire life, but that's not that important. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Because the Barack Obama hate does not stop here, folks. Here's another one. If President Trump can be impeached and indicted for the fake Russian collusion story, then Barack Obama should go to prison for creating it. What are you even talking about, dude? Not only is Trump stuck in the past pushing the racist, baseless birther conspiracy theory, he's also back to Russia, 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 and he's blaming Obama for it. He has completely lost his mind, and a serious look into this dude's mental health is required at this point. Calling for President Obama to go to prison over creating the Russia hoax over some shitty-looking meme on Truth Social was definitely not on my 2025 bingo card, and yet, here we are. This is all just beyond parody, and Trump finds it appropriate to be posting this stuff on his Truth Social page, which, again, we seriously gotta talk about this dude's mental health, because I can just imagine Trump laying in bed, swiping, scrolling through his phone, and just reposting whatever deranged posts he wants over and over and over again, while any other president would actually be doing their job. But Trump is just so evil and so incompetent, it honestly might be better that he just stays in bed and posts, because you know what? Let's just keep him there. Let's just say he's president, keep him in bed, and just have him post away because, hey, maybe, buddy, maybe someday he'll make an impact with those posts. Maybe one day someone real will actually see it and not a bunch of bots on Truth Social. But don't worry, the Obama hate does not end there. Here's another one. It's a lot of text. I'm not going to go through all of it. But basically, he's talking about how Obama is a traitor and all the demon rat Democrats are all traitors and they've all been colluding and they're insurrectionists to take over the government and they're wounded and they're scared and nothing is more dangerous than a scared animal, which also pretty weird to call Barack Obama a wounded animal. Also maybe some racial undertones there. I don't know. However, the story does not end here. Donald Trump was not just posting stupid memes on Truth Social, he was also posting stuff like this. The Miracle Mile shopping center in Chicago, once considered our nation's best, in all caps, of course, now has more than 28% vacancy factor and is ready to call it quits unless something is done about the murder and crime, which is prevalent throughout the city. Call in the troops, fast, before it's too late. Just the news, in quotes. There is no Miracle Mile shopping center in Chicago. There's a Magnificent Mile shopping district in Chicago. I guess he just got confused about that one. Again, another checkbox in the whole Trump's mental decline thing, but let's push that aside for now. Also, there isn't a 20% vacancy factor in the Magnificent Mile shopping district. It's not exactly clear where Trump got that number from, especially when it comes to crime being a motivating factor for the vacancies. Some fact checkers have come in and said that Donald Trump was probably talking about a November 8 article written by the conservative site Just the News titled Chicago Blues, Downtown Office Space, Vacancy Rate Jumps to Record High Levels, which outlines how over the past couple of years that a lot of businesses in the Chicago area have been cutting office spaces and rates like that, and there has been vacancies around the Chicago Loop area, but it's not because of crime. In fact, there's no mention of crime being a driving factor in any of the business decisions happening in Chicago, but it's actually being attributed to things like work from home and COVID regulations that have just stuck around for the past few years because it's a lot easier to run your business and a lot cheaper to run your business if people can do the exact same work they would do in an office space that they can just do it at home. So that is the reason for the vacancies rising in Chicago. There was no mention of crime at all, and yet Trump is here on Truth Social blasting the idea to all of his followers that Chicago is some crime-ridden hellscape, when in reality, it's just another city in the world. So yeah, nothing to call in the troops about, I don't think, Donald. Not to mention, it's Veterans Day today, and Donald Trump is posting this garbage? How about you maybe post a little something about them instead of these baseless conspiracies, you freak? J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, has weighed in on Trump's mental health before after receiving a lot of attacks from the president.
I do think he's got mental health issues, and I'm not making fun of that either. I want to be clear. People need to help him, like his family. The people around him, like Stephen Miller, they love taking...
to hug him? You want someone to hug him?
No, I think he genuinely. I mean, of course that's funny, but I mean, I do think he needs help, and I don't think anybody around him on a day-to-day basis wants to get him any help because they have more power based upon his diminished capacity. Aside from the fact that he's out of his mind and has dementia, yeah, it's clear to me that he is targeting Democratic cities.
And yeah, there are just a lot of people online who are very frustrated at the president right now for posting some of this insanely racist, insanely bigoted, and insanely cringy memes online. People are taking to Twitter and social media to talk about some of the craziness being oozed out of the president here. I think I'm going to wrap up the video here in just a second, but I wanted to leave you with this. I started scrolling amongst Donald Trump's Truth Social page, and I figured that I would share it all with you, because I'm not sure if you've taken the stroll down to Truth Social. I don't recommend you do, but even out of morbid curiosity, if you have, you would notice that it is just peppered with ads. Every other post, it's just an ad, and it looks so basic and ugly. I can't believe this is what the President of the United States is using every single day to talk to his supporters. But I guess when your brain is half mush, you don't need much to make you happy. All right, I think that's going to do it for me. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I'm Iago Lashua with Really American Media. Be sure to like this video if you liked it. Leave a comment below about what you think of some of these insane posts, and be sure to subscribe to the Really American YouTube channel. Have a nice day.